Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect Escapes. Today's beverage is a very carbonated iron brew. So welcome back to Prison Architect Escapes. This is a series where we attempt to break out facilities not made by me. This is Prison Adams, prisoner number 132-31149, and this is the Pentagon, another iconic map from a bit of a back catalogue of the game. And as always, we're going to try and break out of this one. Now, huge staff-only area at the front here, also perimeter wall with a fence. Now, that actually can be a bit of a weakness. In fact, we may go ahead and exploit that by jumping on the fence, jumping on the wall, and then over and out, although I did see a sniper walk by, so potentially a blitz out attempt is not going to be possible. We've got some reception in the front here, lots of staff on the areas at the top and bottom. We've got utilities, we've got some chief's office. That's an interesting design for the officers. See that? We've got the psychologist office and a chief's office to the right of it, but they sort of share a sort of common central wall, but it is actually open, so if it does kick off, I guess the chief can quickly run around, and I do believe they are armed, the chief. They do have a revolver. But yeah, anyway, let's see what happens. We've got some visitation. I'm just going to put this to max speed while we brought in. We will have a look at this one outside of the escape mode. Again, another sort of show and sell type of thing. It's one of the prisons I've been wanting to check out for a while, but because of its age and such, I don't think it's like I say massively secure. We've sort of found a lot of quirks to get around a lot of things these days. But anyway, we'll see how we get on. We've got medium, supermax, protective custody, and it says program / free time. So is that the criminally insane? Potentially. Anyway, we have a cell here, which is a 2x2, and we do have a TV in our cell, as does all the other cells as well. And we can potentially do a bit of an escape. I guess we can tunnel to here, although one would assume that there is a doggo patrol around this position. You'd think there'd be a K9 unit assigned to that area. We have in a couple of staff-only areas on the left and right. Must be weather and temperature because there is a boiler. Don't know whether it's the new or old. We have, oh, interesting, we have some workshop here. And that it means that we can get some pickaxes. Yeah, there is a pickaxe there, so we can probably escape via a bit of a tunnel. But I'm just going to have a look around. I just want to see what else there is in the facility. Lots of different sizes of cell here. And that laundry is set to, well, it's either staff only, access only, or a different category of inmate. Okay, fair enough. We've got some chapels, we've got some... Is this library or is this a mail room? This is a library, yes. We've got prisoners who are working, which is all good. More staff-only areas in and around to the left. It's actually quite a maze, this facility, to be honest. Let's have a quick look in here. We've got a shop, we've got some more cells. We've got the, reputation point pinata room, which I will start to, punch up a bit because we do need to farm some points. As I said, I think I'm going to probably just jump over a fence, and that's interesting. We can end the fight there, so that is pretty handy for us, so we're not having our cell searched or anything like that. I guess I can just break all of the TVs. Sorry about breaking your TV there, prisoner de Leon, and we'll end the fight. We'll go over to very tough. So we've got very strong and very tough, which means we can get over fences. I'm seeing, I say, more staff on the areas, and I don't know if that's a fence or that's a perimeter wall. One would assume it is the latter, and oh, okay, right. So we have an indoor, tree. Don't know why that was so difficult, but we also have the wall right next to the edge of the design of the map for this design. So that means that, yeah, basically if we were to find some sort of lighter, we can set fire to this and then just go through that. In fact, that might have just surpassed the sort of running out the front door in terms of the method of escape here. I know when we were brought in, there was the psychologist in the chief's office that we did cover, and we mentioned about them being next to each other, and because those are accessible by every inmate, we should be able to get a lighter. Getting it back, however, is going to be a bit more difficult. I'm seeing another way around here. I don't even know really where we are. The design is such that I think we could just run out from the front now, but I'm going to try, let's say, an escape via fire. See how we get on there. Looks like the psychologist is going to go into their office, and we will come back and we will select the lighter, and then we want to be let out, and I don't think the chief or the psychologist will have that order. No, they can't. So it'll be a guard. Oh, there you go. Look, they've got what is it, quite a large, almost cartoon-sized revolver on their back there. So yes, they are armed. Looks like that's a staff-only area. Getting back to where we're going to set fire to things is going to be a bit of an issue, I think. We're going to have to go through a lot of metal detectors, and every time we do this, there's a chance that we do get detected with this thing on our person, but looks like we've got to where we need to go. There was, sadly, a lot of patrols around here, so that could prove to be a bit of an issue. What we will do, however, is set fire to these trees here, and that's going to prevent the guards getting closer, and then we'll set fire to that tree. And oh, that tree just that tree just matured while we were setting fire to it. Apparently that's a good way to good way to have the trees grow. Yeah. Alright, so that's of note, actually. So I've set fire to areas around here, and because it's damaged the because it has damaged the yeah, we're out. Because it has damaged the sprinklers, the shower heads, it actually started pouring water out, but it didn't put the fire out. That's curious. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought if there's any level of water, it would put the fire out. But anyway, again, a fairly easy and pedestrian one, but we're going to load into the normal mode now and see what the design is like. I guess it's going to be very quirky and very well designed. So as we can see in the normal mode, this is the Pentagon, and it is quite a large map. In fact, it probably is large with a couple of expansions. We were positioned, I believe, in and around here. So we do have a wall and then perimeter wall. So getting out via that way would be probably quite difficult. If we go to deployment and patrols, you can see, yep, there is a patrol there, and it does have a doggo assigned to it. However, it's only got one assigned to it for the entire area, so that is a bit of a weakness there, because they literally can start in there. Well, they actually don't start there, they will start here because that's where they've been assigned, but they can patrol all the way from here to this side and have to go all the way around. So I guess we could have tried a bit of an escape. We do have, oh, we've got a death here. What's occurring? We have volatile and fearless and murdered by a prisoner. Probably Sean there. So, yeah, attack prisoner, serious injury, murder. How many staff do we have on this one? We have a total of 62 staff, 30 odd of those, no, 46 actually, are regular guards, 7 armed guards, 4 dog handlers, 5 snipers. If we were to try and get out for them front, it almost certainly wouldn't work because the sniper is there. Although if we have the escape modes on and we have any level of strength when we're in the fighting mode, well, basically we can walk through here, punch that light, then we can climb onto that fence, onto the wall, hop off the wall, and then out. So I think we'll be able to, if we had certainly had sprinting, I think getting out, utilising that method would almost certainly be probable. Not just possible, but probable, because if we go to deployment, yeah, there's only this tiny bit that's staff only, so we just wait for that door to open, we just literally run out, go into the fight mode, get on the fence, perimeter wall, and then out. So I don't think the sniper would have the time in order to get a line of sight to us and then take a shot. It's unlikely. The where is it? Free fire is not turned on, so there's no real issue on that one, but there is a bit of an issue with people leaving there. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, really, that this is where it is. So this is, I think, probably, it is obviously it's a weakness that we have exploited, and we did that straight away. Not really a problem in the normal mode, because a prisoner escaping wouldn't do that. And it's curious that the shower heads, when broken, didn't put the fire out. But yeah, we managed to get out that way. If this was shifted down by, well, I mean, there's loads of room. No, if this was shifted down just by 2 tiles, they'd be able to have, the designer, I should say, would be able to have this perimeter wall go around the outside, and it means that escaping via fire would simply not be possible. So that is a little bit of a weakness, but like I say, just a bit of a curious decision for the design. If we go around, we do have a fence, so we can hop on top of that, but it's not connected to this perimeter wall, so that wouldn't really aid us in any particular way. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, you can tunnel. The tunneling is a thing. However, there is a perimeter wall here, and obviously there is the sniper. So you'd have to be in probably a probably a cell like to the left rather than the right. Or if you were in the center, then that's just not going to happen. If you were on the edge, then it is possible. You would have to go underneath a perimeter wall, and if you're at the back, then you'd be able to jump over the fence. But if you were down, say here, for example, like we were, we could get to this point, but that wouldn't really help us because there's a sniper right there, and probably within range. You'd have to either run around to the left and be very lucky, and yeah, like I say, there's still the other fence to contend with. Okay, what's in the centre here? Is that just some solitary? Yeah, it is just a bit of solitary. Interesting, in the middle here, you've got loads of metal detectors, you've got some phone booths and prayer mats and weights benches. It's seemingly scattered around at random, but I don't think that is really fair to the design. It's definitely got a deliberateness, is that a word? It is now, to it. I didn't even see where the, oh yeah, this is on the whole canteen here as well. Okay, interesting. Anyway, that's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes, taking a look at a iconic map. I said not overly difficult to escape, but I think this is more of a quirk of the design rather than, like I say, multiple weaknesses or anything like that. Shift this down by a couple of spaces and this would be probably extremely difficult to get out of. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions for not just this escape attempt but for others, then leave them in the comments. We'd like to hear them. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.